Hi guys, I decided to make a video on the go today. This video is going to about why I stayed in California, at least for a while. Just for disclosure, I'm in the process of getting the Florida realtor license. Business-wise, it makes much more sense to be in Florida. So there are pros and cons of the living in Florida. Obviously the weather is one of them. It gets like super humid, although I didn't mind that. I'm okay with that. Bugs, lots of rain, that's not really a thing that everybody likes. Although when you live in California for a while, you start to admire the rain. That's what happened to me. Yeah, rain wasn't a big deal for me, to be honest. The main issue was that I got to wait about 4 or 5 months for my realtor license to get approved, which is crazy because even in California it took like I think a couple weeks. With the volume of the people applying here for the license, it took just a couple weeks to get it. In Florida they have obviously less employees per person because there was like influx of people to the state of Florida after COVID especially, and that created this situation. Yeah, that's what happened. Which I think most probably this situation is in, if not in all the governmental institutions, at least it have to be in most of them. Because say you have like 100, a certain city has about 10,000 people living in it. City staff is about, I want to say like 15-20 people. In the time of just 1 year, the amount of people who moves in gets to about, I want to say 10 times 10,000. It turns to the million. In this type of situations there will be an issue with the people who live there, and that will create a situation when there will be two ways for the situation to develop. First way is to have city hire more people. The second way is to have those guys to spend more time on each case. This pretty much explains everything, why there is like a huge waiting period. This is going to be an issue. In California there's also like a high bureaucracy, but at least the waiting times are not that crazy. Like almost 6 months waiting for the realtor license doesn't make any sense. Of course, the volume of the work in Florida is better. The real estate prices are much cheaper. Everybody buys in Florida as opposed to California. In California it's like literally median income guy cannot afford anything here with the prices around, especially closer to the ocean parts. If you sell one house, one big house, expensive house in California, or you sell like 3-4 houses in Florida, you end up pretty much making the same amount of money. Now, I have heard that the rates that agents in California getting paid are different from those in Florida, considering the fact that the prices are almost 3 times what they are here in California. Kind of makes sense to work around this area too. And of course, the biggest pro that I love about California is the weather. Like, it's amazing. It gets hot during the day and it gets cold during the night. People get used to it very easy. That's one of the reasons why I stayed. But in the long run, I will have to disappoint you guys. My plan is to move my business to Florida because it just doesn't make sense to do business here, pay crazy taxes. You pretty much end up with very low opportunities. If you are a big corporation like Apple, Amazon, Facebook, Google, then yes, it makes sense. But if you're like a medium business, small business, or even if you're a startup, you can get like a lots of investments here, then it makes sense to stay here. But if you're like a medium or small business, not the best place to start. Texas is also really nice. Personally, I would not move to Texas because the real estate taxes are crazy there. It's like almost ×2 what people pay all around the world or around the other states. To be honest, I was considering a couple states besides of Florida. It would make sense to stay here for a while, sort things out, and then, you know, when you are ready to move out, do your thing and move out, go some other state, more business friendly. Fortunately, laws that are being passed here, regulations, almost make it impossible to do the business. I'm talking about the small business, obviously. Not the big business. Big business feels very well. If you sell like online courses, you are medium business that is turning to the bigger business, then yeah. But if you're still a small business, which I consider myself a small business, it's really challenging. I mean, you keep fighting, you keep doing your thing, lots of competition. Market is good, that's the only thing that is good here for now, but overall everything else is really hard to deal with. Anyways, thank you for watching, guys. Hope you liked this video. Feel free to comment in the comment section what you think about California versus Florida. Looking forward to seeing you on other videos.